Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and I really am excited to talk about this. Decentralized Twitter spinoff, Blue Sky, now on App Store in beta. It says the federated spinoff Blue Sky, backed by the Twitter founder, is now in the App Store. But users need invite to try the beta. Okay. So check this out. So Blue Sky, it's a decentralized alternative to Twitter. So Twitter, obviously, love Elon Musk, hate Elon Musk, think he's a hypocrite, think he's not, whatever the case may be. Twitter is a centralized platform. By centralized or decentralized, I'm going to guess that everybody on here knows what that means, but there is a central entity, a central unit, a central governing body that is handling anything and everything that's going through Twitter. Well, now there is this Blue Sky that's available on the App Store. So users can download the app, but you have to have an invitation code to be able to make an account. So I'm interested because we don't have all the information here. Where are these invitation codes coming from, right? So the project was incubated within Twitter and then spun off back in like 2019. Jack Dorsey, who was the former CEO of Twitter, was on the board when the Blue Sky Incorporated, which is what I think they're actually titled as a public LLC back in 2021. So it's basically really similar to Twitter. It's got the home, search, notification tabs, and then the users can repost other people's content. So let's talk about this.
Is Jack Dorsey still involved with that project?
I don't see that. I would have to go farther. Let me see if I can Twitter Blue Sky. I'm just trying to see if I see anything off the rip that says that he's still in there. I didn't see that.
I know he's been working on some stuff with Bitcoin and trying to create social medias and getting involved in the cryptocurrency game for a long time. So I didn't know if he was still involved with this specific application, and maybe he's incorporating Bitcoins one way or another into it. But maybe not. Maybe he's not involved. We don't know.
Well, I don't know, and I actually did breeze through that real quick again just to check, and I didn't see it. But I think it's interesting. Like, can a truly decentralized app, something like Twitter, can it really work? We've talked about this before. Decentralization can be a beautiful thing. It can also be a buzzword. I'm curious. Like, do you think that it could truly work? Because there's a lot that goes in the background that needs to make sure that the tech is correct and that the tech could
be fine. I mean? Yeah, okay. I think the tech could exist, right? The decentralized technology. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem are the people, right? The users. Most people that are on social media platforms are in it because they're following somebody important, and the important people, the big people, are there to get attention from users. Right. Okay. And the problem is with these decentralized applications is they never get enough people onboarded. Right. They never get enough people onto their application. Right. Because this is a competitor to Twitter. It's the only difference is decentralized. So everybody on Twitter is like, why am I going to leave Twitter? Why am I going to leave my 50,000 followers here to go grow a following over there? And then the people that are following big people are like, well, that person that I follow, that Joe Rogan, that BitBoy, that whatever that I follow isn't on that other application. So I'm not going to go over there. There's nobody over there worth following for me. And I think that's been the biggest problem. And the on top of that is they just spin it with, Twitter, but decentralized. How about you just make a better social media platform that can be inspired by Twitter, right? Like TikTok was inspired by Instagram, right? Short videos that people saw on Instagram, but now they were made into this infinite loop on TikTok. TikTok changed it, right? They grabbed a simple concept from something that already existed, simplified it, and made it better. So that's what they need to do and stop using the same thing of, it's a decentralized Twitter. Cool story, bro, but nobody's going to use it, right? Well, look what's happening with Rumble. A lot of people jump on Rumble. Some people need to be on Rumble because they have to. But realistically, most average users that just consume content are not on Rumble because there's not enough traffic there, because there's no difference. It's just the censorship sales point of it, which is important, but it doesn't drive enough people. The average person doesn't care about privacy. We've talked about this on here a bunch of times, and it's not enough of a factor for them to move from one platform to another.
Yeah, and I also so I agree with that sentiment completely. Sorry, I was playing around with moving some of the options on the. I
Where
know
am I
you're over
going? Where am
here.
I
I'm
going?
down here. I'm over here. And then it was like taking out debate crypto. So two things. One, first of all, off topic, but Scott the investor in the house. Good to see you, Scott. And Chemo and Crypto, haven't seen you for a little while. We are glad that you're able to make a live stream. I pulled up your chat here. It says, "Ayo, finally catching a live at the new time." So each and every person in here, smash that like. Make sure you are already subscribed. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. Make sure you're in the Discord, checking out Danger Close Alpha. And people have been asking about the vest. If you want a vest, you're going to need to buy bullets, beans, or bourbon. They're 0.01 each. Make sure to check those out. You can check out the QR code right there if you're interested in doing that, or just go to dangerclosealpha.com. So I agree with you on most everything that you're talking about. The only thing I don't know that I totally agree on is if it could work. I think the only way that it could really work is if it became, and this is where it's tough. You were talking about basically a popularity contest, what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So like Bitcoin, for example, is won a popularity contest. I know it was the first to come of its kind and in the way that it did and whatever, but effectively it's continued to win the popularity contest, and it is decentralized. So what needs to happen is whatever it could be needs to have so much hype that, for example, let's say Chat GPT, let's use that as an example. Let's say that was decentralized and it wasn't this, it was AI that was full on open source and anybody and it got the hype that Chat GPT has. Boom. But I think it's going to take something like that. It's going to take some sort of huge media buzz, and so much so that people have to check it out. Now, where it goes from there and how strong it is, and if it can continue to hold up with that hype, I don't know. But I do totally agree with you on some of the other sentiment. It's a tough thing because people are trying to have the attention. These websites make money off of you being here. We make the little bit of money that we do, which is like nothing right now, off of the amount of views that we have, the amount of impressions, and the length of time that you're watching. Why do they care how long you're watching? Well, let me tell you why. Because there are a little thing called, drum roll please, Crusader?
Analytics.
Well, no, I was actually going to say analytics. I was going to say like there's commercials, there's advertisements that are there, and they want you to see that. And the more time you're on there, the more you're going to see the ads. Okay, that was a dramatic pause for the fact that literally had a brain fart and couldn't say advertisements. Just to be fully transparent there.
Yes. And another thing about these decentralized things, right, is this application is decentralized, but where is it at? The App Store. The App Store is a centralized location. If the App Store doesn't want your app on it, it gets booted. Boom, it's gone. Where are your downloads? Nowhere to be found. Nobody's gonna find your application on some bootleg third-party application that nobody has confidence in and trusts. Everybody trusts Google Play and App Store on Apple to download their apps, and that's the only way they do it. So if you get booted from there, which we've seen in the past, applications being booted, they're gone. It's over for them. So there's always that major point of centralization where if things go against the grain too hard, they can get shut down real quick.
Yeah.